Hello, everybody. This is Bennyhillz back with another vintage cube draft. And for a while, I wasn't really playing that much. And when I was playing, I was only doing okay. And then yesterday, I just went off. I played 9 leagues, which was a lot, most I've played in a day. And I trophied in 6 of them, including the last 2 in a row. So shot from 13 up to 19. Now I'm up on the leaderboards. Still, I don't really know if I'm in contention to take the overall trophy lead, but it's nice to be up there again. So hopefully, we can keep this momentum going, make it 7 out of 10. This is not the best pack to start it, although it's not bad. There's Mind Twist, Sneak Attack, and Jite. I don't think I'm gonna lead on the Mind Twist. This card is really good if you have fast mana, but I don't really like to take cards assuming I'll get fast mana later, since fast mana is good with so many different things. Like if we get fast mana, we can find stuff later, whether it's upheaval or cheap planeswalkers, or we'll be able to find ways to make use of fast mana if we get that. So I think it's between these two. Jite is honestly probably the better pick. It's just so good in like most decks and leaves you open, but this has a very high ceiling. I think I'm actually yeah, I'll go with a high ceiling card. Sneak Attack can be really good. Maybe we will the Blight Steal. Oh well, our 8 deal. Immediately get rewarded with Emrakul. If we'd taken the Jite, we could have followed it up with, I guess, like Rabble Master, but that's awesome. If we can wheel the Blight Steal, then we'll have the 2 best sneak attack targets. Wouldn't mind a Mana Leak or something. This is going to be ideally a heavy blue deck, but I'm not going to pass the best thing to combo with this. Okay, now this is a little bit awkward, or just like pretty not the best. There's Worn Power Stone and there's some lands. Actually, the lands could be good. I think I'll go with a Blood Crypt. This is good if we get any tutor effects, like Demonic Tutor or Vampiric Tutor. I think that's a little better than Stomping Ground. Yeah, I just think we're more likely to want to play black. Like, green brings mana acceleration and top end. Black brings interaction and, like, card draw / tutors. And in this sort of deck, we would rather have the latter than the former. Okay, there's Ulamog and Ponder and Faithless Looting. All 3 are actually pretty good. Although this isn't the best sneak attack target. Like, you exile 20 cards, which can win, but if they have 25 cards left, then it doesn't really have any lasting impact. So I think it's really between the Ponder and the Looting. Ponder is a better card in general, but Looting does dig you pretty deep. I think I'm actually going to go with the Looting here. We might play blue, but it's possible that we won't. If blue is pretty cut and black and red are very open, we could just be black-red sneak. So I'll go with a card that's in our colors that we definitely want to be playing. Okay, there's a Teferi, Zealous Conscript, and Chandra, and Mystical Tutor, although Mystical Tutor doesn't really combo with what we have right now. Also Inquisition. I kind of like just taking a Chandra here. Although maybe I should... no, I'll take Zealous. I think I'm going to take the Zealous. If we get Kiki Jiki or Splinter Twin, that's really, really good. And Chandra is very powerful. Oh, it is really good. It just wins the game quickly. It can add mana. It can draw cards. It can remove creatures. I still think I'm going to go with this, though. This stealing planeswalkers that are about to ultimate is so strong. And with Sneak Attack, you can use it at instant speed. Okay, now we have Piankern Lar versus Imperial Seal. And I think I'm going to take the Seal here. We already have the Blood Crypt for fixing. This isn't the best tutor effect, but it's a lot better in decks like this where, like, if you have the Sneak Attack or the Emrakul, you really don't care about the card disadvantage of this because you can just win. So we'll go with that. Okay, I'll take a Lava Claw Reaches. Wouldn't mind Incinerate or Murderous Rider, but I think the fixing is pretty nice. And also, it's important. So say you hit them for 15 with Emrakul. Maybe they've paid 3 life from lands. You need to have a way to push through the last bit of damage because there's nothing worse than like hitting them down to like 2 lands, but then just not having a way to force through the last bits of damage, and they slowly like build back up and beat you. So Lava Claw Reaches is a nice way to finish the job. Burn spells are too, so that's why Incinerate would be good. But I think Lava Claw Reaches does that and fixes our mana, whereas Burn, I guess it interacts and can finish them off. But still, I want the fixing. Ooh. Well, wow, this is really close. A Braid is great interaction. Boros Signet can help us ramp into our things. And Inferno and Makeshift Mannequin can bring back Emrakul. And then Inferno Titan is just a great card. I think I'm going to take the Titan here. It's great to sneak in. It hits for 12 damage. And It's also just a very hard castable threat, although a Braid is very good. But I think I'm going to go with the Titan here. Bummer. So the Blight still doesn't come around. I can't say I'm that surprised. I think I'm just going to take a Relic here. You can sneak in Elishnorn to wipe their creatures, but Inferno Titan generally does that better, and Relic is pretty good interaction in a lot of matchups. All right, I'll take a Koth. I think that's better than Massacre Worm here. It can ramp us and just be a standalone threat. All right, I'm actually going to take a Yawgmoth's Bargain here. I don't think we really want Hazoret, and this card can be very good in the right matchup. Siege Gang Commander versus Heartless Act. I think I like the Heartless Act a bit more. We took Inferno Titan over the Abrade, so now we should take the cheap interactive spell over the top end piece. Okay, Swift Spear for the board. There's a world. I mean, red is pretty open, so we could become like a red aggressive deck. Manamorphose versus Rotting Reggie. That's actually really close. I think I'm gonna take the Manamorphose. It draws cards, which is nice. Yeah, it can help us dig towards our combo. Ooh. Well, Uncolor Mox seems pretty nice. There's also Scalding Tarn, Preordain. Dreadhorde Arcanist could actually be good, and then Kozilek, but definitely taking the Uncolor Mox here. Well, don't think we can pass the Through the Breach. I would love if this came around, because I would also like Vista, Terrastodon, or Seasoned Pyromancer, but Through the Breach is just perfect. Now we have both halves, so that makes us a lot more consistent. Ooh. I would love to be able to play Channel, but that's probably too demanding on the mana. Yeah, we should just take the Dreddy here. Dreddy's also a great pickup. Now we have Thundermaw Hellkite, which can just win the game on its own pretty quickly. Duretti, which can just cycle through our deck. Animate Dead, which is not good with Emrakul, but it is good with Inferno Titan and sort of Zealous Conscripts. And then just Wooded Foothills, which I think we should take here. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Fixing. This is really nice. And then also it potentially enables a blue splash if we pick up like Ancestral or something like that. I would like one more elite sneak target. Inferno Titan is okay, but it's not that good. Losing Blightsteel hurts. Ulamog is gone. Kozilek, we pass. Kozilek could come around, or we could pick up the Annihilator Ulamog. Also, I would really like Nahiri, actually. That's a great third copy of Sneak Attack / Through the Breach that can grab Emrakul. And unlike these two, it can also discard the Emrakul to shuffle it in if it's in your hand. We do have Faithless Looting for that, but that's our only way to do that at the moment. I also would really like to pick up some Disruption, some discard spells. Okay, Flame Slash is a cheap removal spell, and then Windswept Heath doesn't help us. There is Dark Confidant, which is obviously bad with Emrakul, but I kind of think it's actually the pickup here. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. We could definitely get punished for it, but it's just such a good card, especially on turn 1 off of a Mox. And like outside of our Emrakul, our curve is like somewhat reasonable. We'll definitely be cutting this in a lot of matchups, but I think this seems fine for now. Also, in general, Black-Red has the best removal. Like, there's the 2 best removal colors. So I think we actually don't have a ton of anti-creature stuff right now, but we can get that. And so I'm not as worried about the creature matchups as I am about the non-creature matchups. Okay, now there's Krork. Ashen Rider is an okay thing to sneak in. Actually, it's pretty good. And then there's Burst Lightning. I think I'm just going to take the Burst Lightning here. I don't think we want Sacred Foundry, although I guess if we got the Nahiri, that would be nice, and we can fetch it with the Wooded Foothills. But we have no burn right now, and this is... Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. Also, this is a really good burn spell because, again, it combos with Emrakul to get through the last points of damage. And the fact that this can deal 4 can be really relevant. That means they only need them to play 1 fetch for this to be able to get them. So we'll take this, maybe we wheel the Ashen Rider. Okay, not much for us here. We could take Experimental Frenzy. No, that's pretty bad for us. I'll just take a Porcelain Legionnaire for the board. It's a good blocker in a lot of matchups. Okay, Shriekmaw is great, although it's awkward with Dark Confidant. There's also Goblin Dark Dwellers, but that doesn't really do that much for us, so we'll take the Shriekmaw. Late Arbor Elf and late Brazen Borrower, too. Nice. Okay, this is great. There's also Exhume and Dreadhorde, but I really needed one more top-end piece so that we could die to Bob more often. So we'll take that. Then Terrastodon. Okay. Do we even want that, or do we play Phyrexian Rager, actually? We have 3 things to sneak in, and I don't want to overload on that effect. We also still have a pack left. Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Rager here, I think. Terrastodon's a weird thing to sneak into play, because if you blow up a bunch of their lands, then you lose your 9/9, which is how you hold off their 3/3s, and then they can just kill you with a bunch of 3/3s. Okay, now it's Putridum versus Runaway Steamkin. We don't have any Reanimator cards right now, but I think I'm still going to take this because Reanimator is clearly somewhat open, and we could pick them up later. Okay, Woe Strider versus Duretti. I guess I'll just take the... I'll take the Woe Strider, actually. Duretti is pretty weak for us. It's a good card, but it's good if you have artifacts that you can get value off of, and we don't have that. Guess I'll take this in case we get an Oko. Krark. Oh, Last Big Frenzy, sure. So, yeah, we need a few more cheap spells, like Thoughtseize, Liliana. Rakdos' Return is interesting. There's Recurring Nightmare, Night's Whisper. I don't think this is really a Recurring Nightmare deck with 2 things that shuffle in the graveyard. So I think we just take the Night's Whisper here, and then try and wheel Rakdos' Return. Yeah, that seems good to me. Card draw is really good in a combo deck, and this is, despite the fact that we have, like, you know, black-red isn't traditional combo colors, and we have a lot of, like, removal spells, this is certainly a combo deck. Ooh, Splinter Twin combos with Zealous Conscripts. Arid Mesa is a great fetch land. And then there's Grizzlebrand, which I think we should take. Grizzlebrand is just so good. With Sneak Attack, it basically instantly wins because you can just draw a bunch of cards and find more Sneak Attack stuff. And especially with a Mox Ruby in our deck, we can just draw towards that. So pretty happy to take that. Now we have 4 very elite things to sneak in. So I'm good on that. I don't need any more sneak targets now. Here we have not much. At this point, I don't think we're splashing white, probably. We could take... Let's see. Goblin Welder doesn't do anything. Needle Spires doesn't. Liliana is okay with Grizzlebrand and Inferno Titan. There's a Pack Rat that can just... I think I'm actually going to take Pack Rat. I want some cheap cards, and Pack Rat can take over the game on its own sometimes. We won't necessarily start with it in the main deck, but it can be really good in some matchups. And now we can pick up... Ooh, this is pretty weak. I guess just... I don't think we want Living Death because, again, 2 of our big top-end cards shuffle in. Sling-Gang versus Banefire. I'll take Sling-Gang. It's good against aggro decks. Okay, at this point, Dark Confidant, I think, is a little bit too much. We have such a high chance of hitting ourselves for a lot of damage. Probably also not playing Zealous Conscripts or Koth at the moment. I do wish the Chandra had come around. Ooh, Dak Faden would be great if we could play it. There's Tendrils and Lion's Eye Diamond, which are actually a little interesting. Languish is also fine, but I think I'm just going to take the Shatter Skull Smashing. This is a pretty nice upgrade. Yeah, this card is very good. It's a land that also can be a nice 2-for-1. I might even play Pyretic Ritual in this deck, but I'm going to take the land here. Ooh, Entomb and Kiki Jiki. Both very good. I think we take the Kiki here. Although, let's see, Entomb, that doesn't really do anything. We have no reanimation cards right now. If we had, like, Shallow Grave, that would be a nice combo. But I think we're taking Kiki. Okay, don't need Shieldred. Oath would be very good if we could play it, but unfortunately we don't really have green fixing. Flametongue Kavu is fine. Firebolt's fine. Shieldred is not a good thing to sneak into play. I think I'm going to go with a Firebolt here. It's just the cheapest card. So is Kikijiki worth it? It's good with Phyrexian Rager, and then it wins the game with Zealous Conscripts. Char versus Midnight Reaper. I don't think we really need Char. We already have a couple other burn spells, so I'll take the Midnight Reaper, which is going to be good in some matchups. Okay, Rakdos' return comes around. That's pretty nice. Is Kiki Jiki too narrow? Well, it's definitely too bad if we don't have the Zealous. I think I'm going to start with it not in the board, or not in the deck. Although it is good, but we have so many other ways to combo them. Okay, now we can take Angrath's Rampage, which is a great interactive spell. I'll take the Atarka. There's some matchups where we really need ways to deal with creatures, and we have Inferno Titan, but this is another nice one. Oh, we also have a Copperline Gorge, so we can potentially hardcast it. Yeah, I think this is better than Liliana. I really don't think Living Death is good for us with 2 Eldrazi. So I'll take this as a weird blocker. Ooh, these are all actually somewhat reasonable, but I think Languish is the best. It'll really, really help us in some matchups. If we had Demonic Tutor, we could take the LED, but we do not. All right, no Nahiri, unfortunately. Storm was pretty open this draft. Okay, so man, we gotta condense our mana cost a little bit. So these are all functionally the same mana cost. Now we have, let's see, this is a land. This is a 2-drop. This is probably like a 4-drop. Okay, so we could just play this and 17 real lands plus Shatterskull Smashing, which I prefer to cast. Like, it's a good spell. Alternatively, we could bring in some number of these black cards or red cards. I mean, Koth. Maybe it's just Koth, actually. Yeah, I'll bring in Koth. We have a lot of cheap removal, and Koth with removal is a nice combo. And then this gives us 18 total mana sources, including 2 that are not normal lands. So let's see how our colored mana situation looks. No forest. Oh, that's for Manamorphose. We have 2 red sources that are extra, so we can add a swamp. And that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 red, which is good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black, which is also good. Okay, this seems good. I think this deck is very good, actually. It's missing Thoughtseize and Inquisition for cheap interaction, but it has a powerful productive plan that can get a turn 4 or 5 win that's hard to interact with pretty consistently, having done like good removal spells early. And that's not just creature removal. Like, we have Burn that can hit Planeswalkers, we have Angrath's Rampage and Revoke and Duretti that can hit artifacts. We can hit their hand with Rakdos' Return, hit their graveyard with Relic. So despite the fact that we don't have like Thoughtseize or counterspells, we do have pretty good interaction. So yeah, we will run like this. I'll see you in round 1. All right, here we are for round 1 against the Big Panic. We're on the draw, unfortunately, but I think this hand is a keep. Pack Rat is a plan all by itself, and then Faithless Looting, although it is much better on the play. And then Faithless Looting can help us dig through excess lands. Basic Mountain Go. Okay. Well, don't really need another land. Normally, I like to hold Faithless Looting as long as possible, but in this case, we're pretty sure we don't need all these extra lands, so I feel pretty fine about this. Now, next turn, we can either go Pack Rat or Night's Whisper, depending on what they do. No play. Well, given that we drew Sneak Attack, and they're holding up Burn, I think I'm just going to play Night's Whisper. Our plan is just to win with this, so we don't, like... I'm not really too concerned about the Pack Rat beatdown plan. Jeez. They're really not doing much over there. Well, now I will play the Pack Rat just because it's free. They can kill it. We play the Lava Claw. Oh, they mulliganed really low. I didn't see that. Okay, that makes sense. So we could play Koth or Sneak Attack. I think I like playing Koth here. Now we need to be very careful here. I'm pretty sure it's the back land that we need to untap. Nice. Hit for 5. All right, sweet. So, I mean, yeah, not much of a game there, but we don't know yet if they're mono red or if they're blue red, although I kind of think that they're... My guess is actually that they're blue red, and the reason is they waited until they were just getting information about our deck. That's actually why I wanted to play Koth, so they think we're more aggressive and don't realize we're sneak. But But if they were playing mono red, they would have had a 1-drop almost definitely. And then they conceded before discarding a card, and my guess is that's to conceal information. So right now we think that they're mono red. So I'm gonna operate under the assumption that they're not, which might look a little weird, but I guess it doesn't really matter. We're not changing our board thing that much. I guess the one thing is we could bring in Dark Confidant if we think they're not aggressive. But also, even if they are blue-red, they're likely to have ways to kill this. So I don't think that's that necessary. I still think the burn is decent. Yeah, honestly, despite the fact that I just went in that deep dive on what we think they're playing, I think it actually doesn't change how we sideboard at all. So I'm just going to run it back. Now we'll get to see if my prediction is correct. Ooh. Do we keep this hand just because of Duretti? I actually think I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to. This might look weird, but Duretti is just so. Okay, yep, I called it. I'm very happy about that, actually. Kozilek. All right, so we go Mountain Relic. This plays around him to Torok. Well, all right, not the exact 2 draws I would have chosen, I have to admit. Dak Faden. Well, at least we can crack this Relic, but that is a little bit annoying. Oh, whoa. It's a weird play. I guess they might just... Oh, okay, now we can just Burst Lightning the deck. Yeah, this seems great, actually. Although, we might want to save the Burst Lightning for the Creeping Tar Pit, but I think this is fine. I think killing the deck is worth it. We want more mountains in play than swamps. We do have Grizzlebrand, which we might want to hardcast, but I'm more concerned about pumping up Inferno Titan and also having good mountains for Koth. Okay. Mana Vault, sure. So we could just draw Sneak and win. Or we could draw Basic Swamp. I would love a Faithless Looting right now. Impulse. I would love an Impulse as well. If I had blue mana. This is why blue deck, you tend to want to play blue in combo decks. Like, just digging through 4 cards is so good when you have some cards that, like, instantly win and others that basically do nothing in the stage. Like, if we were to top that Grizzlebrand. Okay, hopefully they don't hit an artifact here. They do. They hit some really good artifacts. Jeez, that's bad. So, let's draw Sneak Attack to just win, or Faithless Looting, or a Burn Spell. Okay. It was my third choice of the 3, but I'll take it. Keep in mind, their life total matters a lot. They don't know that it does, but 15 is very different from 16. Ooh. Okay, so we can flashback the Firebolt to kill the Construct, but then they can start spinning Urza. Pack Rat. Do we want to play another land? Yeah, I will play one more land, and then I think I'm just going to kill this now. I don't think playing Pack Rat is that valuable, and this cuts them off of mana, and... Oh, do they have Spell Pierce? Sure. Down to 18, so they're down to a virtual 3 if we top deck one of our Sneak cards. 5 mana just spinning the Urza, hopefully. 6 mana. Mindslaver. Mindslaver is a little bit interesting here because it can actually... They can discard whatever they want to this Pack Rat. But that might be okay. Yeah, I'm okay with them discarding stuff to the Pack Rat, actually. Do we want to play out one more land? Actually, I am going to play out one more land. The reason being, we have a lot of top end. Like, I would like to be able to hardcast Grizzlebrand if we draw it. We're actually also sort of close to just hardcasting Kozilek. And then we also have, like... being able to make multiple rats is good. Although, I guess we could already make 2. Maybe that was a misplay. It's a little bit unclear. Okay, so do we want to discard Kozilek, Swamp, Emrakul, or nothing? I think we do. I'm going to discard Kozilek. And this is because now they're both 2/2s, so they can't just destroy us by, like, suiciding our rat into the Urza. I guess they actually can. Oh, yeah, they can. If they attack with both and block with both. Oh, dang it. Does this say... No, this doesn't say only creatures your opponents control. So they can Shadow Skull Smashing to kill both of our rats. And then we're just left with this one Emrakul in hand and nothing else. Our deck is pretty packed with good draws, though. We shuffled in Duretti and Burst Lightning, both of which would be pretty good here. And we've gone through 8 lands, so we only have 9 lands left out of 27 cards. That's the same ratio as if you're playing a 13-land deck. Okay, so we do get to keep our Emrakul in hand, so Sneak Attack and Through the Breach and Imperial Seal are also live draws. So that was a good Mindslaver. Yeah, I mean, top decking the Shadow Skull Smashing was pretty brutal. Especially because that would have been so good for us. We could have killed both of their creatures and then started beating down with the rats. And basically just won, I think. All right, they're down to 16. We'll see if they have any... I mean, they have Emery to recur the Mindslaver. If they also have Duretti, that could be a problem. Okay, well, we have nothing now. So let's top deck Grizzlebrand. Lava Claw Reaches. That's actually pretty good because we can pump it up to be a 7-2. And then one more land and it's a 2-turn clock. Of course, they can't just block with a construct, but this sort of means that they can't attack. Oh, or they can. I guess they're planning on just trading with the Tar Pit, which I think is fine with me. I'm not going to play the Mox Ruby out. Oh. Was not expecting it to get through. So they're dead next turn to this unless they block it, which they can block. I mean, they have a bunch of creatures, so they can block it, but I'm surprised they let that one go through. Spinning Urza and hitting Duretti. That's not that bad. Although I guess it does give a lot of blockers for the Lava Claw. So if we top deck a burn spell, we just win, I think. Wait, we kill this, animate, pump it 4. Oh no, I think, wait. 4 to animate, 1 to kill, pump it 5 times. Yeah, we win if we top deck a burn spell. A 1-mana burn spell. I guess like Amgrath's Rampage wouldn't do it. Kozilek. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. That's awesome. The secret mode of the sneak attack deck. Just flood really hard and then hardcast your threats. They can kill this with Duretti, but we just drew a bunch of new cards. Oh, they can also counter it? Sure. Oh, wow. They get a lot of mana. Oh, are we actually just dead now? 3, 6, 7. No. I think we should be okay. We can play Shadow Skull Smashing next turn. I'll just play Swamp and pass. I actually think that was a misplay for them to counter our thing there. Since they could kill it for free with Duretti. In fact, sacrificing something that was hurting them. And then save the counterspell for something like Inferno Titan. But this is fine too. I mean, they could definitely kill us here. We're at 9. Spinning Urza, hitting Workshop. Okay. They spin Urza again. Okay. I mean, they're bricking here pretty hard. They can tap their Mana Vault to spin into 3rd time. Jeez, they're getting so unlucky. Wow. So we're taking 5, and then we can kill their Urza and their Construct. I think I don't care that much about that. Although the Duretti ultimating is a concern. Oh. Okay, so we're taking 6. Man, if only this could go to the face. Okay, so what do we do here? We have a lot of mana, obviously. We can draw 2 cards with Yawgmoth's Bargain. That seems pretty bad. We can use this. Again, this cannot kill players. We could kill their 2 constructs, but then we die to the creeping tar pit. We could just cast Inferno Titan and put them to 2, but then we don't have a way to actually push through the last point of damage. If we could find a sneak attack, we would just win. I think we might need to just play Yawgmoth's Bargain and pay 2 life. That gives us 3 draws. Burst Lightning, Through the Breach, or Sneak Attack would all win the game if we do that. Alternatively, I don't think we can survive there because of the tar pit. The only way we can survive the tar pit is if we find... Well, they might forget about it. They haven't used it yet. But we could also find a Burst Lightning, but then Burst Lightning just wins. So that's an irrelevant consideration. If we played... We don't have... we could play Inferno Titan plus Shatter Skull Smashing to try and remove all their blockers and then kill them with the Lava Claw, but that doesn't quite do it. Yeah, I think our only out is to hit... We have 3 draws and we have 2 chances to hit it. I guess we could also draw a land. Oh, no, that wouldn't matter. Okay, Through the Breach, Sneak Attack, or Burst Lightning. Let's get there. It's really good for the opponent that they pressured our life total a lot there. Okay, that's a bummer. So they got us. Oh, so close. If we had 1 more life, we could have won. That's brutal. I wonder if there's a place where we could have saved a life along the way. Ah, that sucks. All right, so they're like Grixis artifacts with some good interaction. I think we just run it back. Yeah, we'll run it back. The opponent played quite well there. Props to them. I think pressuring our life total very aggressively was the right move, and they really went all out to try and put artifacts in play and pump up the construct. There's a lot of ways that could have gone slightly differently and we win that game. Them top decking the Shatter Skull Smashing right when they Mindslavered us. They couldn't have done anything with the Mindslaver other than that. And that really messed us up. Okay, I'll keep this. No red mana is bad, but if we draw 1 red source, then we're good to go. We have the combo in our hand, and we have some cheap interactive spells. And we have 11 red sources in the deck, I think. We have lots of red mana. Jinxed myself. Man, if we drew red source there, we could kill off their mana vault. That would be so good. All right, deck, come on. Mindslaver, okay. Red source. Yes, okay, so... It's actually, it's so much more awkward now, because if we play Sneak Attack... I don't think that's correct. We can Aggrass Rampage to make them sack an artifact, but that doesn't help us. They might not have a land. We could play... I think I need to play Faithless Looting, actually, because they can do so much damage to us if they use our Faithless Looting. Okay, so I'm going to discard Kozilek because I don't want them to be able to flashback Faithless Looting. And then either Swamp... No, we want the Swamp, actually, because Metamorphose can help us. And then Burst Lightning, I think. And now, hopefully, if they don't Mindslaver us this turn, then we can Sneak Attack Grizzlebrand and put in a lot of good work. Okay, they do go for the Sneak, or for the Mindslaver. So, yeah, they can mess us up pretty bad here, actually. They can... Oh, no, yeah, they can really mess us up. They can play Sneak Attack, draw 14 cards. They can't kill us, probably. But they can draw 14 cards and then discard all of our good cards and leave us with just a bunch of lands. But then we will at least have Sneak Attack in play. If we'd had a red source 1 turn earlier, we could have made them sack the Mana Vault with the Aggrass Rampage, and we wouldn't have had to worry about this. So yeah, now they just make us discard all of our good cards. But again, we'll still, as long as we have the sneak attack in play, we have very live draws. Like, what are they going to do here? I mean, they need to make us discard the Emrakul. So the Emrakul and the Grizzlebrand are both shuffling in. Oh, they could attack and then pay 7 more life. Okay, so we have, I think we just have 7 lands, right? There's 3 there, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, exactly 7 lands. So we're going to lose everything. But then all of these cards shuffle back in. And so our average, like, we'll have, at that point, we'll have 12 lands that are gone. And so we'll only have 5 lands left in our deck. And then the rest of our deck will be like mostly good draws, either like cards that draw more cards. I guess there's some removal that's pretty bad. And then like sneak attack targets that would just win. And if worst comes to worst, we'll still, if they do discard all of our spells, then we'll at least have Lava Claw reaches, so we still have like a thing. Okay, they did just give us the mono lands, discarding 10 spells. Really, really good that our graveyard shuffled in there. If those all stayed gone, then our average top deck quality would be so low. But now I actually think we might even be ahead. Although we are at 6, so they could kill us very... Oh, yeah, with a tar pit. They should definitely just attack with a tar pit twice. Very good that they did not do that. Oh, although I guess that also kills me very quickly. Night's Whisper. Well, we got to go for it. We're not going to win by just letting them untap. So we can firebolt this, but then we still just die to the creeping tar pit. So I think we need to play the Phyrexian Rager. Well, all right, we die if they just use the tar pit now. Man, that's frustrating. We had the combo and everything. Like, that was so sweet. Look at what we could have done. We just draw our whole deck and then Emrakul them, and now they just kill us with a tar pit. Oh, or not. Karn. Okay, well, that still probably kills us. We need top deck Faithless Looting now, which we do not do. So we can play Lava Claw Reaches, Shadow Skull Smashing. I'll just hit it for 1 and then kill it with the Phyrexian Rager. We're very lucky that our opponent is not killing us with the tar pit. But now we are at least representing mana, so we could have ways to interact. Last turn we were tapped out and they didn't tar pit us, so it seems weird that they would now when we have open mana. Okay, they do go for it though, which is certainly the correct play. Bummer. Okay. Well, annoying start there. The Mindslaver really just wreaked havoc on us. Maybe we should have just discarded our sneak attack to the Faithless Looting, but I think we were in a good position there. Like, yeah, I think we made the right play and then just got a little bit punished. What really lost us that game was not having the red mana by turn 3. Okay, we can keep this. We'll just go for the Pack Rat plan. I'm not even going to Imperial Seal on 1 because we don't really, like, there's 2 parts of the combo and we don't know which one we're missing yet, or we're missing them both. Search for Tomorrow. Okay, that's a little bit, I mean, it's a fine start, but it's a bit slow. Firebolt is a good draw. But I think I want to make the rat this turn anyways. We'll give them 1 turn where they have some mana, but I think that's okay. It's just a lot more mana efficient to do it this way. Koth or one of the lands. Probably just a mountain. So this is a big turn. They have 5 mana if they play land. And if they don't do anything good this turn, we can set them back down a mana with the Firebolt and hit them for 6. Kitchen Finks. Okay, that's okay against what we're doing, but not great. But we can't. It means we can't attack this turn, but we can just attack again next turn. So I'll go land, firebolt your pilgrim, and then pass. And then I think we're just pitching probably the Koth here. Yeah, I think I'm going to pitch the Koth. Okay, that can tangle with the pack rats, I guess. Are they just pumping this up, or are they going to do something else? Actually, I think we can still probably race this. Although, it does become harder to race when they can also just gain a bunch of life and chump block twice for the Kitchen Finks. Okay, I think I will play out one more land. This gives us access to Through the Breach and Sneak Attack. And then we hit for 9, which is really 12. All right. Discard Mountain. Man, Packrat really can just put in a lot of work. It's sort of funny. Like it really doesn't seem that good. I remember when I first saw this card, I thought it was just going to be way too slow. But look at this. It's 16 power on turn 5. And I've literally cast no spells other than one Firebolt. And then the Packrat, obviously. Bulgari Signet. That's fine. So they can't attack for sure. They can leave that back as a way to just like kill one of my pack rats every turn. But I don't think killing one pack rat a turn is enough. If we attack with everything, we hit them for 10 and we lose one rat and they lose their Kitchen Finks. And then Burst Lightning can just kill them the turn after. Seems pretty good. Actually, do we want to just Burst Lightning the Kitchen Finks then? Yeah, that seems like that just kills them. So kill this off, which pushes 5 damage through. Then we attack and we hit them for exactly 20 damage. 4 5/5s. Wow, resounding pack rat win there. That was pretty sweet. Plus, they didn't even really see our primary plan. They just saw like some burn spells and pack rat. So they're playing mono green. That should be an okay matchup, I think, because we have these removal spells. Languish seems like it's probably worth it here over Koth. We don't have any other burn we can bring in. Tarka seems decent. Hello, Mom.
Hi, Sugar. How are you?
Good. Where were you?
Good. I went for a walk with Elon's mom.
Oh, nice.
So you look all cozy by the fire.
Yeah.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't let me interrupt you.
I think we'll just run it back like this. Should be a pretty good matchup, although we are on the draw. I wish this Languish was a Toxic Deluge, because I'm sure they'll have a lot of creatures. I mean, like the Hex Drinker that are bigger than a 4/4. Okay, well, this hand does nothing except Emrakul attack on turn 5, which is not nothing. I think it's slow, but I'm going to keep it. We can also Imperial Seal for Languish if we really need to. I'm actually going to not play the Blood Crypt here because we know they have Wasteland in their deck, and we really, really don't want this to get killed since we have no other red mana and we're also very slow. Okay, Llanowar Elves. They did Mulligan. Inferno Titan. Well, got a lot of top end here. Just need some of the cheap plays. Just be a Kitchen Finks. Okay, sweet. That doesn't really pressure us very much. Do we play into the Wasteland? I think I am going to. We do have 2 red sources now. If they Wasteland us here, it's bad, but it's not the end of the world because they're not pressuring us that much. It also puts them back a land, keep in mind. It is a 1-for-1 trade. Okay, good. No Wasteland. Although 4 mana. Oh, Dryad. That's so not scary. I'm very happy to see that. I might just go for a Languish here because we could just go Languish into Hardcast Inferno Titan. We don't need to sneak them. Metamorphose is interesting. I think we're still going to go for the sneak, though. So I'm going to Imperial Seal this turn. We go down to 14, and then we take 6 down to 8. So we still survive, like, Nissa or Questing Beast or anything like that. I guess we can take a quick look again. Yeah, I mean, it's just got to be Sneak Attack. And I will play Metamorphose next turn because I would love to hit Ruby, Mox Ruby. Oh, wait. That could actually kill us here. So we go to 9. We may need to leave back our Lava Claw Reaches to block. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that does kill us here. Man, I wish I got Languish. Yeah, that might have just been a misplay. But now, I mean, we're not dead. We can go for the Metamorphose, but we need to hit something here. I don't think leaving back Lava Claw Reaches to block does anything. Then we're just putting ourselves back a land, so we still can't go for it. Shriekmaw. Okay. Well, that actually buys us... Yeah, that's good. We can evoke that, kill the Hex Drinker, and then survive. Now we pass back to them. We take 5, 6, go to 3. But the next turn we can sneak them, right? And then if they have another permanent, then they can actually still kill us with a Kitchen Finks. So we need them to not have another permanent. Or I mean, if they tap the Llanowar Elves, that's good too. Okay, so they do just hit us down for 6. So we fall to 3. We can use Sneak Attack Inferno Titan if we really need to, which I think would just clear up the board a little bit better. Phyrexian Revoker. Oh, man. If they name Sneak Attack, that would be so tragic. I don't think they will. They haven't seen it, but it's possible. Pack Rat. Okay, that makes sense. That's the card. That's basically the only spell we cast last game, but good for us here. So if we hit them for 6 Annihilator with Emrakul, they sack their land, their Finks, and then 2 other creatures, and then they can kill us. So instead we need to sneak Inferno Titan, and we can deal 1 and 2 with the first trigger, and then 1 and 1 with the second trigger, and they'll have only the Dryad, so we survive at 1, and then the next turn we can kill them. And the next turn we can have Annihilator 10. So we definitely win next turn. We just need to survive this turn. There's things they could have. I mean, Questing Beast, like I said, Walking Ballista. I guess those are the main things I can think of off the top of my head. They won't have mana for Nissa. 1, 1, 1. And now we're going to survive at 1. They fall to 17. Which doesn't, I mean, they can survive when Emrakul hit, but they're going to be taking 27 damage and sacrificing 10 permanents if they let us untap. Well, that's one way they could do it. Black Lotus. So they have 6 mana. Don't be something with haste, please. Just not something with haste. Okay, Frail. Oh, actually, that is good. That can kill sneak attack. All right, so now we need to top deck Through the Breach. We're going down to 1. We can block this with the Lava Claw Reaches if we need to, but that's not really a winning position. Through the Breach off the top. Languish. Man, that Black Lotus, that really did us dirty. So, how are we going to win here? We can Languish to kill the Dryad, but then they just make a 1-1 with Freylease that's a lethal attacker. But then we can block with the Lava Claw Reaches so it gives us a second draw step. Alternatively, we could just block the... I mean, we can't attack. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana to attack and play Languish. I think that losing the Lava Claw Reaches is not worth it, so I'm just going to Languish here. And this gives us 2 more draw steps to hit Faithless Looting or Through the Breach. We could also draw a Burn spell, and then we could kill the Freylease. Oh, that was great. So, yeah, that was really, really good. So we animate this, shoot the Elf Druid, and then with a Burst Lightning, pump the Lava Claw Reaches and hit Freylease for exactly 3. So now we're both top decking. We're at 1, so we're definitely behind, but we have more mana. We have a threat on board, and then we have a great hand. Ooh, black mana. That could be bad. Also, just any 5 mana thing is bad. Acidic Slime, blow this up. Biogenic Ooze to make multiple lethal attackers. Primal Command. That's very bad. Hopefully they don't have a Questing Beast. But now we only have 1 draw step because we know we're drawing a brick on our first turn. Oh, okay. That's game. So, well played to the opponent. The Black Lotus was pretty unfortunate there. I thought we were in good shape, but our life total was just a little bit too low. Do we want to make any changes here? We could bring in Zealous Conscripts. I don't think that's worth it, though. I think we're just going to run it back. We are on the play. And can't keep a 1-lander. Ooh. Can we keep a 1-lander with a Faithless Looting? I guess so. Put back Emrakul, and then we can just use Looting to try and get on the Pack Rat plan. And Pack Rat plus Duretti is... I mean, those are both good cards. We need to draw lands, though, obviously. Discard Rakdos' Return, Inferno Titan. We're really leaning heavy on the Duretti this game. We probably can't do Pack Rat. We're just too low on resources. We mulligan, so we're down a card. We're on the play, so we're down half a card. And we played Faithless Looting, so we're down a card, which makes Pack Rat much less powerful. Hopefully they don't have a 1-drop. Oh my gosh, Black Lotus again. Okay, turn 1 Garruk is really, really good. So we could play Pack Rat this turn, which I guess we should do. And now these rats can get bigger than Garruk's beasts, but it's not a great situation. I mean, like, Yeah, our opponent played Black Lotus twice. Like, that's the best card in the format. Arguably, maybe it's second best, but it's certainly way better than anything way more powerful than anything in our pool. But we may be able to overcome that with a Duretti. They have 5 mana. Walking Ballista would kill the Pack Rat. Well, Through the Breach presents a game plan. I guess I'll just play Duretti and make it 1-1. They can ultimate the Garrick and then kill our Duretti, but taking a bunch of loyalty off the Garrick is good for us. And this Duretti is really trying to buy time until we can find something to combo with Through the Breach. Honestly, the best one would be Grizzlebrand here, because they'll have enough permanents that just sacking 6 permanents wouldn't necessarily do it. We can flashback Faithless Looting to keep on digging, but unfortunately we do need to keep hitting land drops, so we can't really discard either of the cards in our hand. Knight's Whisper would be a great draw. Wow, they just keep on plussing Garrick every turn. I've never seen a Garrick with 6 loyalty before, I think. Oh no, opponent. That's a bummer. They misclicked there. They actually put their own land on top of the Primal Command. The sad thing is we're behind by enough that might still not be enough for us, but that's a pretty tough misplay there for the opponent. They get Carnage Tyrant, which is actually not very scary at all, honestly. I mean, it wins the game fairly quickly, but they don't have that much mana. And they can't kill our Duretti. Yeah, that was a big swing there. They just pass. Do I just flashback the looting here? We can use Duretti to kill the Avacyn's Pilgrim or the Walking Ballista. I think I'm going to kill the Pilgrim here. And then we'll just play the Lava Claw Reaches and pass. Again, I don't want to discard either of the cards in my hand. If we draw like 2 lands in a row, then I'll want to discard those, and I'll wish that I'd played the looting here. But like, say we just draw like, I just don't think that we want to have a card that we want to discard when we cast this card, especially since we're running low on resources and we really need to maximize all of our spells. So they can untap 2 lands and play Carnage Tyrant here, but then we're gonna get to keep our Duretti around for another turn. Wall of Roots. That's a little bit weird. Now they can't play Carnage Tyrant. I guess they could just level up the Ballista, though, and kill the Duretti. Looks like that might be their plan here. Sure. That's pretty slow. The Duretti is not our final plan this game. Our final plan is just to top deck Emrakul, and they actually have exactly 6 permanents, so it would be very good if we got Emrakul here. Okay, so we will flashback the looting. Do we want to fetch first? I don't think so. Actually, we can. It just takes the land out of our deck, which could matter, and we don't need to like fetch Shock here. I think 2 black is fine. Okay, sweet. So discard these 2, and the next turn we have Through the Breach. And we'll hit them down to 5, and then we can use... I mean, they're going to play Carnage Tyrant this turn. So they'll sack everything except their Carnage Tyrant, presumably. But I think we can race them, because the Lava Claw Reaches kills them in 2 swings. So they cast the Tyrant. We would have lost this game if they hadn't Primal Command to their own land. So I do feel a little bit bad winning that method, but I think we actually are going to win now, which is pretty crazy. I really thought we were very behind. So we draw land, which I actually will play here. Faithless Looting is gone, and this pumps up Lava Claw Reaches more. So they can keep one permanent. They could keep Garrick, maybe. But they should probably just keep the Carnage Tyrant. That 8 loyalty Garrick is now long gone. So if we top deck a land, then the Lava Claw Reaches actually just kills in one hit. Although they could have more blockers. Okay, yeah, that's what they needed. So we actually really need to draw land here. We can always block the Carnage Tyrant with the Lava Claw Reaches. Okay, nice. Land was good. So now they need to have another blocker at their last card. Wow, what a weird game. 7 lands and no other board versus 1 land and a 6-drop. If they don't have a creature, they have to leave back the Carnage Tyrant on defense. Okay, they do. Relic. So we just play and crack the Relic, I guess. Okay. So yeah, we just pass. We couldn't attack there because we could only make the Lava Claw Reaches up to a 5/2. This isn't the best holding pattern for us, though. I would really prefer to trade off the Lava Claw and the Carnage Tyrant here. And then we're just like at parity, but where we have a bunch more mana. Shatter Skull Smashing. So if we play that untapped, then we can trade off the Lava Claw Reaches, which I think is worth it. All right, so we make this trade, and now again, yeah, we have 7 mana. They have 2 mana. We have 1 uncastable card. They potentially have 2 uncastable cards, or I mean, they do. I'm not gonna say we're like way ahead, but we're definitely in a decent position. Dryad is a 4-turn clock, but otherwise not very threatening. Ingress Rampage. I guess I'll just kill the Dryad. Would have been really good when they had the Carnage Tyrant there, that's for sure. Coercive Portal. All right, that's pretty bad. Now we're definitely behind, but we have a lot of draws that just instantly win us the game. Like we could, well, Mox Ruby's not among them. Inferno Titan would just win. We can now, oh no, we're still 1 Black Source shy of hardcasting Grizzlebrand. What a weird game. Well, our mana advantage is basically gone. Okay, Rakdos has returned. We can hit them for lethal. That's sweet. Okay. Wow, what a weird game. I really did not think we were going to win this one, and I really did think we were going to win some of the ones last round. Boom, hit you for 5. All right, wow. What a match. All right, so it's been a weird, very up and down match. I thought we were way ahead, and basically I thought we were going to lose all the games we won and thought we were going to win all the games we lost, but I'll take it, I guess. On to the finals. See you there. All right, here we are for the finals against Joel M. We are on the draw, and I'll keep this. Like, this is the problem with decks like this. I mean, this is basically a 5-card hand until we find our other combo piece, but it's such a powerful combo that I think it's worth it, and then we also have some good cheap plays. Well, Inferno Titan wasn't really what I wanted to see. I think I'm just going to crack this Relic here. It really is in the deck mostly as a cantrip. The other use is we can exile cards we don't want on our own side before shuffling into these cards. Okay, Baleful Strix is a little bit annoying. I kind of want to just Firebolt that, as weak as that is. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. And then do we play the smashing or play another land? Against their deck, I'm not really worried about my life total, so I can just shock myself later if I need to. Rakdos Signet, okay. Faithless Looting. That actually seems good. I think I'm going to cast that here and discard some of these really expensive cards. So discard Kozilek, and we are going to shuffle in some of these things, which is a little bit annoying, but not the... Actually, maybe that is worth avoiding. We could discard Inferno Titan land, and then next turn flashback Faithless Looting. Yeah, I actually think I like that plan. So we'll discard that, and that. Play this tapped and pass. And I'm just going to exile this mountain at a turn because I don't really want to draw it. Okay, they're just developing their mana over there, which could be scary, but I guess they could be setting up for upheaval. But they're not threatening us right now. Okay, well now we could just Imperial Seal for sneak attack or through the breach. I think that's worth it. So seal. And I'm actually going to get the breach here because instant speed is relevant. So we pass. And now the question is, do we want to relic away any of these cards end of turn? Definitely not the looting. Inferno Titan, I think, is worth keeping as well. I might actually get rid of Firebolt, as weird as that is. Because our plan is to shuffle away our graveyard anyways. No, I'll just not use it. I'll just take out their Misty Rainforest. What is this going to be? Inkwell Leviathan would be fine. Sundering Titan would be a little bit annoying. Okay, Sundering Titan is a little bit annoying. Actually, that's quite bad. That puts us down 2 lands. Okay. So now we flash back the looting to dig for more lands and discard Kozilek. So now I'm going to get rid of the Imperial Seal. Because when we want land, then Imperial Seal becomes a lot less good. Flashback the looting. Discard Kozilek and Wooded Foothills. It's unfortunate that they have 7 permanents, so we can't kill off the Sundering Titan with the Through the Breach or the Emrakul attack. Emery Lodestone. Okay, so they really are heavy on the artifact theme. We draw Sneak Attack, which is actually a really good draw. Because now if we top deck another fatty in our top 2 draws, then we can sneak in Emrakul and Kozilek or Inferno Titan or whatever it is, and that should be enough to just win. We also could have exiled their Lodestone Golem, but that doesn't really matter. We're like... that the Lodestone doesn't do anything here. Okay, now we just die. Because even if we sneak in through the breach, we can't get there. Or through the breach in the Emrakul. Okay, so they're heavy on the artifacts. I think we just run it back. This should be a good matchup. I mean, Sundering Titan is a little bit annoying, but they don't really have that much other interaction that we've seen that hits our combo. We could bring in more lands, I guess. Like maybe we cut Koth and bring in another land. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna do that. Sure, we have more red sources. I'll bring in the swamp. Oh, I don't think I got it in on time, so we'll have a Koth that I don't really want. All right, I'll keep this on the back of Faithless Looting. So we discard Firebolt for sure, and then I think just Pack Rat. Although maybe we just go on the Pack Rat plan. No, I think I am gonna discard the Pack Rat. It's fine, but like we can go turn 4 through the breach, and I think that's better than Pack Rat. Sure. So I'm gonna fire off the Manamorphose here in case we draw Duretti or something like that. So black and red. Wow, that's pretty ridiculous, but we got max rewarded. I'm not gonna blow up. We could sacrifice our own Mox Ruby to kill their Rakdos Signet, but I don't think that's worth it here. Shelldock Isle. Okay, that's not a problem because we're gonna be killing that before they can activate it. Night's Whisper was a great draw. So I'll cast that. We don't need to Imperial Seal it for anything, so I'll just blow this up. And then we can hold the Imperial Seal for future turns when we have a better sense of what we need. I would love it if they tapped out here. Okay, they don't. So we're just going to go Mountain Pass and then go end of turn through the breach. Do we fire this off here? I'm going to go for it. If they counter this, it's not the end of the world. We can Imperial Seal for another threat. And if this resolves, then we just win. Okay, that's really good, actually. Good to know about, too. So now we flash back the Faithless Looting. We could just Imperial Seal for Yawgmoth's Bargain. I actually think I like that plan. But I'm going to start with the Faithless Looting first. Actually, what does that even do? Maybe... No, this is really close. I kind of want all of these cards. We need the Swamp. We need the Seal. Shriekmaw could be good. So yeah, I think I'm just going to Imperial Seal for Yawgmoth's Bargain. They will be able to, if we Yawgmoth's Bargain, it'll turn on their Shelldock Isle pretty quickly. But I think that's okay. They play Brainstorm. Not very afraid of that. So it's possible they were deciding between holding up Swords and countering our Through the Breach. But that would be a little bit risky. I mean, Swords doesn't hit. I guess really just Emrakul. So maybe, and they'd only seen the Kozilek, so they might. I don't think we can know that they don't have a counterspell from the fact that they let the Through the Breach resolve. But if they don't have a counterspell for the Yawgmoth's Bargain, they just instant lose. We can just draw like 10 cards immediately. And we can resolve it through... Oh, no, we have 6 mana, so we can't play it through Tithe or Daze. All right, opponent, please tap out for something or like play Lodestone Golem. The Duretti might just be destroying them, to be honest. Like, this kills a lot of the stuff they have just outright. It's not the best line, but we can also just make 3 Rakdos Signets and get to the point where we can hardcast our big boys. Do they have the fetch to pair with the Brainstorm? This Duretti can just... They could have like 5 Signets in hand, and Duretti can just go through all of that. Okay, that's a lot of mana. 7 mana for artifacts. But like Mindslaver does nothing. Mer Battlesphere, I guess, like makes some 1/1s. Duretti's just such a house. Faith Fetters Duretti. Okay, that's fine. Faith Fetters is actually really nasty on Yawgmoth's Bargain because it means you literally can't draw cards anymore. Or at least you skip your draw step, but this is going to be totally fine with me. Okay, I think I'm just going to stop here for now. There's just no need to go farther. We can just draw more cards at instant speed, and I don't like... This isn't a deck where we want to be discarding cards necessarily. So I'll just play Mountain and pass. And then next turn we can play Sneak Attack, and even if they counter it, I'm not too concerned. Wishclaw Talisman. Well, we'll see what they can get with that. That's pretty good for them because, like, us getting the Talisman doesn't really do that much. We can already draw any cards we want. So this basically means it's like our entire deck versus their entire deck instead of, oh. Actually, that's not that bad. So we keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands. Keep 3 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3. And sacrifice our 1/1s that we didn't care about. But then we can just draw another new hand. Yeah, balance is not an effective way to beat Yawgmoth's Bargain. So I'm going to start by drawing some cards. I at least want to hit a land drop. Okay, yeah, we're good to go now. So we play Mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sneak Attack. Sneak in. Wow, the trifecta. Grizzlebrand. And Inferno Titan. And Emrakul. That's a screenshot for sure. That's a sweet. Wow, what a board state. Sneak Attack and Yawgmoth's Bargain is a pretty powerful combo. Yawgmoth's Bargain is just an underrated card. Like, any black control deck, it just absolutely wins the game against, like, 75% of opponents. It's bad against, like, mono red or mono white or people that are aggressively pressuring your life total, but most decks aren't doing that. In which case, it's literally just 6 mana draw, like, 15 cards, which, if you can't win after doing that, then your deck has deeper problems than the fact that it's playing a 6 mana enchantment. So, game 3. It's good to know about balance, and they are on the play, which makes balance scarier. It does also mean that Pack Rat's a lot less impressive. I kind of want to bring in Dark Confidant and cut the Pack Rat here. Yeah, I think that's a good exchange. And I don't think we need to make any other switches, so we will run like this. Okay, no black mana. But if we do hit a black source, then our hand is very good. I think I'm going to keep it. We'll see. I mean, Dark Confidant, I acknowledge the risk involved when you run it in a deck that has a 15 drop, a 10 drop, and multiple 6 drops. But we also have a lot of lands. I mean, like, the median cost is like 2. And the mode is 0. And then the average is maybe like 4, which is not great. But, okay, looting is nice. That can help us dig towards red sources, or black sources. Okay, do we want this Emrakul? I think we do, actually. I'm just going to discard Shriekmaw and Mountain. I guess if they play Emery, I'll regret discarding Shriekmaw. But we still have Duretti to deal with stuff. Okay, so now we play Bob. Also, just nice to have the Emrakul in hand, so we don't need to worry about flipping it to the Dark Confidant. It is a savage move. Yeah, it's a savage move to play this and Emrakul in the same deck, but I think it's actually correct here. They're down to 3 cards. If they play another card, I might just Mox. Oh, no, okay. We can Rakdos' return to take them lower on resources. We'll see if they're just going for balance. I'm going to play Duretti no matter what, I think. I guess unless... Yeah, I'm playing Duretti no matter what. Okay. Wow. See? Beautiful. Just have the 5-drop be the one you don't draw for turn. Or be the one you do draw for turn, not for the Bob flip. Do they have a counterspell? They do not. I would love to be able to immediately blow up the Signet, but we can't do that. Here for 2. So if they play balance, we're going to have to discard a lot of our hand, but we'll still have a Duretti around, which can basically win the game on its own. And we also have a 2-card combo in hand. To Fairy, bounce the Construct, probably. Oh, interesting. I guess that makes sense. Now that Fairy stays around. But we can blow up the Signet now. Ooh, actually, yeah, this is great. We can blow up the Signet and hit them down to 1 card with the Rakdos' return. Or just play Koth. That's actually probably better. So we will shock. Slam this Koth. Blow up your Signet. This plays much better against balance because now we have like 2 threats that stick around through balance. Whereas if we just take out their hand and they keep 1 balance, then they just play the balance and we lose our entire hand. And Koth can create mana next turn to play through the breach. So I think we should be pretty much set here. We have 4 mana. We'll see what they do. If it's just like a lodestone, I just don't care at all. Okay, that's fine. We need to draw a land now to play through the breach, but we can at least take... The worst case scenario is we take out their hand. Best case scenario is we just win. Okay, I think I'm just going to take out their hand here. All right, there goes balance. Good to get that one going. And now if we draw a land, we kill them. And we can play... Yeah, I mean, we just win here. There we go. Sweet. So... We play land, sneak attack. Sneak into Emrakul. And they lose all of their permanents. All right, sweet. So 2-1. Obviously, would have preferred to get the trophy, so it's a little sad to fall a little short there, but really sweet deck. So this was our sweet sneak attack deck. It's my first time building a deck like this cube season, so fun to just try something new. It was definitely good. Like I said earlier, the one thing it's really missing is discard spells. So throw in like Inquisition of Kozilek and Thoughtseize to this deck, and like maybe cut like Pack Rat, Heartless Act. Although Pack Rat did win 1 game. Maybe like Heartless Act, Phyrexian Rager, or Koth, Phyrexian Rager. And then yeah, just add those cheap interactive spells, and it's so much better. There's punch through counter magic for you, and also can deal with your opponent's really powerful things. Also, it's just like if you draw a bunch of cards with Grizzlebrand, but then you just like don't draw any ways to interact with them, they can just also do something powerful and kill you that way. So again, we were really missing that aspect. But it was a very powerful deck. Lots of good sneak attack targets, and having the breach and the sneak was good. We had solid mana, some solid cheap burn. Duretti was very, very good. So definitely a pretty sweet deck. I wish I could have gotten the trophy, but can't really complain. It was definitely a really fun league and interesting, and also just good to switch it up. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.